I think a lot of people are just making the assumption that because he's saying it, it's like implied, like along with everything else in this call.
Yeah.
Like it's just implied. This whole thing is like it feels like, oh, if you're dirty with me, if you're sexy, if you have a blonde wig, if you dye your hair blonde, or if you do this, you do that, I will reward you in turn. Yeah. He's going back. He's kind of, I wouldn't say distancing himself, but like he's trying to like, okay, we're joking around. Now I'm trying to think seriously. Like, oh, I don't really know how you'd come back.
What is going on, members of the After Show? I am Kmplxity, and I am joined once again with my co-host, Mr. the one and only Zeph.
Hello.
And we are down to the final hour of this phone call. If you've made it thus far, we appreciate you. And you're somebody who enjoys getting everything. Yeah, not just listening to a 3-minute video on what this of a 3-hour phone call. You know, we appreciate you guys coming out and showing your support. But we're going to get right into this because it has been a drag.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
We've covered this over the last 3-4 days.
More content for you guys, right?
Yeah, now it's a series. Maybe we'll make it into our own playlist.
Oh my god.
So I did make a comment the other, I think, last recording, and I asked like, well, why would you record this 3-hour long phone call, like what to flick the bean to later or something like that? It was funny, but I also did kind of like, I was about to say glaze over. I did kind of just go over the fact, or like leaped over the fact that it's generally is a good idea to record phone calls with other creators, especially depending on that creator. So I do want to just put that out there. If of all people in the world, especially somebody who we've seen contradict themselves multiple times throughout this entire phone call, it's not a bad idea. And especially with the fact that in this phone call here, so today is Thursday, April 24th. Keem stated in the last part, in part 3, that all the small channels were close to making $15K a month, which was his barometer for a successful product. Yet today on Lolcow Live, he was going after the small channels like Cafe and stating that basically you're not doing enough. You're not making enough. You're not doing any of this. So it seems as though he's lying about this. Either he's lying about that, right? He's lying in this phone call. He's lying on Lolcow Live. One of them has to be true. And if he's publicly stating that they're not that they're not making enough money, you guys can say, oh, well, that's not what he said. What he said is that they're not getting enough engagement. Let's be realistic. It's all about the money, okay? So apparently they're not making that 15K or close to making that 15K a month. So everything is up to what you guys want to believe. Either you believe him here or you believe him on Lolcow Live.
And links. I saw one of your comments. I appreciate you tuning in and being interested in our criticisms or our feedback. I believe you tuned into Kmplxity's first part where it was majority of him. But of course, please tune into parts 2, 3, and of course this one, so that way you can get the full context and the picture and the full picture. We do appreciate anybody who leaves us a comment and gives us your feedback on how we're handling things or how we comment on things. And links. Feel free to roast us if need be.
Yeah. If you disagree with us, we appreciate the comments so long as you're actually constructive in it. Outside of that, you're just going to get sass. If you're going to give it, you're going to get it.
And please do remember some of the comments that we do make, we're making at a face value perception of this is this phone call, as well as like a little bit of like already established lore. We're not really, we're picking apart some things, but there's a lot of this you can't get too deep. There's a lot of alcohol involved. There's literally like Keem self-admitted he's on Adderall. He's drunk. He kind of references the fact that he might be on some za. There's a lot of things that are going to be said that we're picking apart to see if they're contradictory. But there's also, you have to remember that this call. Not everything is going to have a full explanation all the time. Not everything we know, and not everything is said we know the full context of. I mean, we have connections, we talk to people, but like not every aspect of this we're talking from a source of insane knowledge about everything. Okay, so
Yeah, in short, we can sit and debate a singular thing that's said in this phone call for hours on end. But at
mhm,
the end of the day, it's up to your interpretation on what you believe it's meant.
mhm, mhm.
So, and we're not going to sit here debating morals, debating all of this stuff. We might say, yeah, it was wrong to say that at this moment, et cetera, et cetera. But if we want to if anyone wants to have an actual debate with us, by all means, maybe we'll have a debate a
Absolutely,
stream on
absolutely.
this or something like that. But let's wrap this up, baby.
Or
Hell yeah.
Lynx needs to figure shit out and run Lynx's brain. You know what I mean?
Well, do you feel any differently now knowing the situation that I was in? Like, does it give a little bit more insight?
And I do want to just point this out because we're right here. I know I just paused it, but it seems as though Keemstar doesn't have his audio set up correctly, or maybe it's Link's. So you are going to hear like echo from one of the two of them, and you're going to be hearing Link's in the background after she speaks or while she's speaking. It's not us. It's however they have this shit set up on their end.
Of course I do, but I'm like, you know.
He was about to say, of course I do, but I'm Keemstar. Dude.
I keep getting derailed by the blonde wig
Oh my god.
and the tits, so I'm trying to focus on the angle here. Bitch, you looked hot. Fuck up. You looked hot.
So at this point in the call, she's still naked from the waist up.
Yeah.
At least that's what it sounds like. As he says he's still,
yeah, that's at least what it sounds
it's
like.
what it sounds like. He's saying, I'm like, I think, hold on, wait, didn't it show us the blonde wig and the, because she showed a small snippet of her sitting in, but that was before she like took her shirt off and put the blonde wig on. Yeah. So at least it sounds like she's still sitting here, chest out with the blonde wig on.
That I'll go get blonde tomorrow.
You should. You honestly should.
Tell Wings to pay me back my money.
Bitch, I'd fly you out
Oh my god.
if you had your hair blonde.
Oh my god.
But see, that's the advantage that you have over me. Like, if you're a hot fucking girl, I don't got that pull.
That's true. The amount of symptoms, pretty crazy.
And you've utilized that.
See, she made a big deal about the whole, in her first stream, about him saying, if you were blonde, I'd fly you out.
Mhm.
I really don't, personally, I just don't see a problem with that, because it's not like if you were blonde, I'd give you your job back. It's not if you were blonde, we could be friends again. It's, I like you, I want you, and I'd fly you out if you was blonde. Like, it's serious. Like, okay, there's no incentive here other than if you dye your hair blonde, I will fuck you. That's the incentive. There's no dye your hair blonde, let me fuck you, and you get your job back. So I don't understand how that can be like.
When you're taking it at surface level, like face value, like per this call, like I think a lot of people are just making the assumption that because he's saying it, it's like implied, like along with everything else in this call.
Yeah.
Like it's just implied. This whole thing is like it feels like, oh, if you're dirty with me, if you're sexy, if you have a blonde wig, if you dye your hair blonde, or if you do this, you do that, I will reward you in turn. I think that's what I think that's what a lot of people are taking out of total, and I think that's what her first video or first stream really kind of capsulated was, I wouldn't say the lightning in the bottle, but like the essence of that. I think the way she had it chopped up, it was the essence of that. But when you listen to the whole call, like right now with context, I don't get the same vibe, because like if you guys remember in call 2, I mentioned like, oh, I think there's gonna be a place where me and Complexity disagree, because like I think it sounds like she was kind of taken advantage of. But the further I've listened to this call, the more I've kind of tapered back and gone, no, like when you listen to the call in chronological order, it just sounds like two drunk people talking shit.
So here's a couple of things. Obviously, you know, we can make a million questions. My two questions here is, she stated that she was afraid if she said no. She never asked what would happen in this call. She never asked what would happen if she said no. And there were times where she did say like no, or she implied a no, right? Like when she said, "Can you at least say please?" He didn't respond with, "Well, you want your job, don't you?" Or anything. Like, obviously that's super, like, you're asking really hard for that. I get that. But there's also, at no point in time did she ask, "Well, if I do this for you, are you going to give me my job back?" Or something like that. Again, like I said, in the moment, you're not always thinking about these things. But to me, it's just like, you would think if you really wanted a smoking gun, those are some questions you would want to ask. Or you would at least, like, what was it? There was multiple times where she technically did say no. She said like no, she wasn't gonna bend over. She said, "I'm not gonna put on a fashion show for you," or something like that. Like there were times throughout this call.
The bend over one, she did end up bending over. Like she did do that. Like there was like a whole like 30 seconds where she did do that.
No, because remember he said, "Okay, now turn around and bend over," and then he made the whole joke of, "Oh, this actress isn't like listening, she's fired, da 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 da." So based off of that, my conclusion is that she didn't do it. Because why would you say this actress isn't listening if she did it, right? And she also said, like, "I'm not putting on a fashion show." It sounded like
she was doing it. She just didn't go down far enough for him to see all of what he wanted to see.
That's possible.
That's how I interpret it.
That is possible. But at least at the end of it, he said that she didn't do what he was asking and made a joke out of it. But she also did say, "I'm not putting on a fashion show for you. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning." So there were times throughout this call that she said no.
She did disagree. She did essentially resist, if you will. She did give him a no
pushback,
or an implied no.
Yeah. And he didn't do anything about it. He just made jokes about it.
He was too drunk. He was too drunk. He don't care.
I mean, if you disagree with that, like, again, this has been a multi-hour freaking recording, multi-hour call. If you guys find a point throughout this entire call that you were like, "No, she said no here and he implied this or did this," we'll go back and we'll listen. But to me, I haven't seen anything where she's like, "No," and he's like, "Well, you want to make me happy, don't you?" Or something of that nature.
Yeah,
not even implied.
Like a bunch of these weirdos, but under the emo shit's only going to appeal to like what? 20% of guys. You blonde? Oh.
But she's not even emo. Just because she wears black stuff doesn't make her emo.
Well, like I said, I was thinking of blonde for a while because when I first did that video, everyone was obsessed with the blonde, and I kept wearing it because I loved it so much.
And literally, she just said, "I've been thinking about blonde for a while because the first time I did it, everybody loved it so much. She knows people are simping over her for the blonde." So she was already wanting to dye her hair blonde. She just doesn't have the money to do it. It's not like he offered her the money to dye her hair blonde to then fly her out. Like she was already wanting to go blonde because of her simps. So it was already an incentive for her to do it on her own, to get more traction, to get more views, more clicks, more comments, more likes, more money. So you're kind of taking away the whole incentive from Keem to her because she was already wanting to do it prior to this phone call.
Trying to think back. I didn't see full body, but with tits.
See? I didn't see full body. So if she had bent over and done a little twirl and all of that stuff. Now, again, he is drunk. He can't remember shit. So he could be, he could just be misremembering. But it does seem like she was like, "No, I'm not like showing you everything." So I don't know.
Like the mermaid thing that I was talking about?
Yeah.
Fucking hot. Stop laughing. I'm serious.
I can't take you. I can't tell. I really can't.
I do sound like I'm fucking with you.
You do. You really do. You sound like you're turning me into Becky and gaslighting me and making me think like I'm this hot bitch, and then you're gonna tear me down. I'm not shaving my head. I will never do that.
I am being genuine when I say that, like, when you had the blonde wig and you had her tits out, like...
Okay. So now he's talking about it in past tense, which means that she's probably clothed now. Okay. Because he said when you had the blonde wig and your tits out. So at this point in time, she's clothed. Okay. So that solves that.
I want a nut in that face.
Oh, like, God. What a unpause.
I can't even believe I'm saying this right now. Holy fuck. I'm in a call with Lynx and saying this. You're recording me. You're in trouble.
Stop saying that. It's so rude. I'm in a call with Lynx. You're acting like I'm the ugliest person on earth. God.
I'll agree with her on that one. That's a little fucked up. That's definitely like, I can't believe I said that to you of all people. It's like, damn, nigga.
When you Jesus say, I'm gonna call with Lynx, like, ew. That's like saying, I'm gonna call with Asher's, ew. Don't put me...
You weren't expecting that one.
That one I wasn't expecting. Bang, bang. Shots fired.
Your pedestal.
Oh, God. I was not
That's
expecting
not what I'm saying.
that.
I'm saying you leak DMs. You dumb cunt.
No,
why do you do that?
I'm not saying that. Why do you leak that? Do you remember specifically when you told me to create drama and to be havoc? So I started leaking DMs to be the little drama queen that you made me to be, and I'm unlearning my ways?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. We all knew Keem wanted her to make drama and stir shit. So that is definitely a very fair point.
Now what I do is, well, if you don't tell the truth, I'll just leak the DM. And then the person's like, okay, yeah, I did that.
So what? We're going to be in a future date, and you're going to be like, yeah, I showed my tits to Keemstar, and he was gooning all over me.
No. Because that's not what happened.
What happened?
What happened is I begged Keemstar back by showing my tits.
Oh. What's his response?
I manipulated you into letting me back in by showing you my tits.
That's pathetic. No way you did that.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. She is claiming, she just is right now laughing about it. Could be nervous laughter, but she states, I'm begging you to let me back in by showing you my tits. And he's saying, there's no way that's what you were doing. So he didn't believe this was under the guise of her trying to get back into the show by doing this for him.
Right.
Right,
we gotta pause this real quick. My kid's crying real quick.
Okay, no worries.
That's why I keep looking at my phone for.
It's all good, no worries. And we're back. I rewound it just a little bit.
What happened is I manipulated you into letting me back in by showing you my tits.
That's pathetic. No way you did that.
Now, this next part, this next part of the conversation is the most important one.
Someone will believe it.
Someone will believe it. Somebody will believe. So that means that she herself doesn't believe it. Because if you have to say somebody will believe it, generally, you're only saying it in one of two aspects. One, you know it's a lie, but you know that there's somebody out there who will believe it. Or two, you're telling the truth and nobody, and it's one of those situations where it's like, no, I'm telling you the truth. No, you're lying. It's like, someone's going to believe me eventually. But in this context, sounds more like a lie.
Are you kidding me? Look at Grace.
Are you kidding me? Look at Grace.
No, that's not true. I did want to see your boobies.
Why are you you sitting on me like this?
No, that's not true. I did want to see her boobies. Okay, she's asserting that she was begging for her job back, and the way she thought she would get it back is by showing her boobs. He's denying that, saying there's no way that you were doing that. There's no way that that's why you did this. It's not like he didn't turn around and go, okay, well, if that's the case, then show me more and then you'll get your job. So he denies, he's in disbelief. And for her to turn around and say somebody will believe it, by
showing you my tits. By showing my tits.
He's gooning all over me.
No. Because that's not what happened.
What happened?
What happened is I begged Keemstar back by showing my tits.
I begged Keemstar back by showing him my tits. Not I begged to be back in the LCU by showing him my tits. I begged him back.
What happened is I manipulated you into letting me back in by showing you my tits.
What happened is to let me back in by showing you my tits.
That's pathetic. No way you did that.
Someone will believe it.
That's pathetic. No way you did that. So he's in disbelief that that's the reason why she did it. She states somebody will believe it.
Are you kidding me? Look at Grace.
Are you kidding me? Look at Grace, utilizing her as a example of somebody. Yeah, an example of somebody who would do such a thing.
Right.
No, that's not true.
No, that's not true in reference to that's why she did it. I'm assuming.
I did want to see your boobies.
Obviously stating that he did want to see them.
Why are you sitting on me like this? You're so weird. You're in my armpit, dude.
I just don't know the way back. Like, it's going to take so long. Are you down for that grind?
I guess we'll have to see. Have to see.
So after that conversation and after saying, "Oh, I'm showing you my boobies to get back," and he goes, "No, like that's not what you're doing, right?" He goes, "Well, I don't know what the way back would be. Like
no,
I don't
he,
like
no,
like
no,
he's
no.
start like
he refers back to the Goodwill campaign."
Yeah, he's going back. He's kind of, I wouldn't say distancing himself, but like he's trying to like, okay, we're joking around. Now I'm trying to think seriously. Like, oh, I don't really know how you'd come back, but he's not referencing that. He's referencing like working hard and like actually goodwill, like not
what they were talking about and discussing earlier.
Exactly.
There's only one way to know.
There's only one way to know.
Squeaking on me.
There's only one way to know.
Why are you squeaking on me?
Am I squeaking? I guess we'll have to see. Cena, can you sit on me like a normal person? Get your butt out of my face. Okay.
Dude, this shit you told me about your ex tonight was fucking crazy, dude. I can't stop thinking about that.
I don't know. The fact that he references back to the Goodwill campaign in contrast to what she's saying it's basically a denial that that's the way to go about it.
Yeah.
That's my interpretation of it, because it's like, if that's truly what he wanted, right? He's already accused her of recording multiple times throughout this. He's already said multiple times prior to this conversation right here that the way you would have to come back is throughout a Goodwill campaign. And when she proposes the idea of showing herself off to him as a way to beg herself back into the LCU, he is in disbelief of it and refers back to the way she can get back in is through a Goodwill campaign. It would literally be like, okay, how can I be your friend again? Okay, well, do the goodwill campaign. Well, I'm showing you my boobs to get back in. Okay, there's no way you're doing that. The way to get back in is through a goodwill campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be realistic. If that was his desire to trade a job for boobs, why wouldn't he just I can't see
He would have done it by now.
Yeah, he would have said it. Like, I can't see Keem turning around and being like, no, it has to be through a goodwill campaign. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know, like, and he's already thinks that she's recording, or at least he's like shooting the idea out there to see if she'll say that she is. I'm willing to hear the other side. I'm definitely willing. Throw it in the comments. I'm willing to hear other people's perspectives about this, but to me, it sounds like that. It sounds exactly like that. Like, no, that's not how we're going about this. We're going about it like we discussed.
Mm-hmm. I can see how people who don't like Keemstar can interpret it the one way.
Yeah.
But because I'm in the neutral camp and like I want to see everybody succeed, and I don't personally have any major grudges against Keemstar the way other people do. I personally I look at this in an unbiased way, and when I'm looking at this at face value, I don't see it as him just trying to leverage job for tits or tits for job. I see somebody who heard tits for job and he goes, no, that's not what you're doing. But I can tell you how you can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Put your opinion in the comments.
Please.
Yeah, it's been a lot. The fact that so you know what's funny? When I was filming it live, I did a live stream about it and I exposed this all live. And he had called the police in real time, and the police had called me while I was live on air, and I proved it. And they were like, we got a call from Brock Morden saying that you're, spreading false information and slandering his name. And I was like, no, actually, I haven't name dropped once. Just because it's insinuated doesn't mean it's slandering. Like, as long as I don't say Keem.
That's not true. That's not true. If you insinuate it, it can be considered slander. Mm-hmm. That is not true whatsoever. If you say, my opinion is this, or this is what the evidence shows, or something of that nature, that is contextualized. Insinuating that somebody is something or is doing something can be considered as slander, at least here in the States.
Keep in mind they are. I was gonna say, keep in mind they are in Canada.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm not super familiar with the Canadian laws. They're both in Canada, so I personally can't speak for exactly how slander laws work over there. Mm-hmm. But like you said, in the U.S., it even implied it could be as much. But in this case with Canada, I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
Did this, like, you legally can't do anything, right?
It's not impossible.
And they're like, well, he said he's a public influencer, so honestly it doesn't really matter as long as you're not name dropping. And in my head I'm like, this dude said he was a public influencer to police?
Wait a minute. As long as you're not name dropping, his name's already out there though. And you're referring to him
not
as
his real name. His real name, I don't think. Which I guess we now know.
But it wouldn't matter if it was his real name or not, though, because there are people who can dox him and would be able to find his real name through his name of bail. And she keeps referring to him as her ex. He's the only ex that she's had for the 5 years and has made all of these assertions of, again, this is off of a U.S. brain of law, like a U.S. law interpretation of the law. But I don't know, because eventually, and again, US, eventually, like, your moniker is your name. Like John Cena, John Cena isn't his real fucking name. I don't know if you guys know this. The Rock, not his real name, not on his birth certificate, but that's what he's known as. So, and some of them even take the moniker and actually change their name to it, or they like write their names down on everything like that as that. So, and technically, he did become a public figure on her channel. Again, I don't know how that would work in Canada. So I have no clue. If you're Canadian, let us know how it works in the comments below. I have no clue.
Please.
Help your case if you're being harassed online.
Maybe.
They're not going to care.
Wait, what did you say publicly? What does the public know?
I said everything publicly. That he fucked a sex doll next to me. I outed all of it. And he showed up at my house in real time.
That he had his friends fuck you?
Yeah, I said it all.
Okay, hold up. Hold on. I'm not saying his name, but I said everything about him in correlation to his online persona, his online screen name. The connection can very easily be made there.
Yeah.
I don't. And it's not like the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard case where she was like, oh, well, I didn't name Johnny in my article where I talked about my abuse when I already came out and said everything in my, when I came out and accused him of abuse. I just so happened to be the fact that in that article, I just referenced everything I said about Johnny, just never put his name in there. And it's like correlation. Correlation is not causation. Yes, I understand. But the correlation is ironclad.
When you can infer something, it's about as damning as saying their name.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know Canadian law. It is a gray area even here in the States because you have like, especially when it comes to like, people who are generally above the age of 40 who don't really know how the internet world works. So
all live on her. It's all out there. The fact that
and the fact that she has a multi-hour stream about it is, again, a defense attorney's wet dream. But again, thinking U.S., not Canada.
Piss on him. The fact that
whoa, what?
It all. I said it all live on air. It's all out there. The fact that he wanted me to piss on him. The fact that.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, Bale of the Golden Showers, I see.
What race in Oblivion is that?
That's one weird ass bitch. I'm just saying that, Bale, Brock, whatever the fuck your dead name is, you a fucking weirdo.
He fucked
a strange one, Mr.
Yeah, you're lucky you're getting locked up in Canada, potentially, and not the U.S. Listen, in the U.S., diddlers, they get their own color, and everyone in prison knows the color, okay?
Next to me, had me fuck his friends. The fact that he liked his nipples being played with.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not a bad thing. Most men actually enjoy that shit.
It makes me feel weird. I don't know why.
It is a sensitive area, but still, okay. You can't just add like
it's not even that. It's just like strange. I'm like, this doesn't get me going. Like that's how it feels to me.
Those aren't your knobs.
Yeah, no, they are not my. I have a knob, but it ain't that one of them. No.
That I even showed like a list of his like kinks that he had sent me. It's all out there.
Got a list of kinks, bro? You got a portfolio?
Hell yeah, kinks? Bro. You gotta have one. Hey, listen, sexual gratification within a relationship is necessary.
It's important.
It's important.
To have a portfolio.
Hey, I mean, we knew somebody back in the day who had a Discord resume. Never forget.
True. That's true. Oh, fuck.
I'm insane. But
well, that's not gonna help your case either.
Why
did you
don't say that?
Against what?
The second I started doing that, he showed up in my house and tried to break in the house. Like, and I showed that on stream too. I had the ring footage that he was outside my house trying to break in. He physically abused me for 5 years, and I knew if I just got it out there for all our friends and family to see, that it would just be done with and over with.
I will say, jokes aside and everything, good on you, Lynx. Like,
Yeah.
Again, we're operating we're taking it at face value. If all of this is true, we're not questioning if it is, but we're saying, because simply we don't know. But if it's all true, good on you. Like if it is true, you're a survivor, you made it through, you put it all out there, you got it off your chest, you seem way happier and healthier for it. So congrats, kudos.
Okay, I get that part, but then like there's also this thing where like you're telling people that this guy would have people come over and fuck you and whatnot, right? And he'd sit in the corner. Like, you don't think that makes you look bad?
It makes me look bad, but also that's not what I said. I said
No. That is what you said. Hold on.
he would want me to go hook up. Like, he was never there. I would film me hooking up with these men and then give him the video and he would masturbate to it.
I'm pretty sure at one point in the call, she did say he wanted to watch me get funked by his friends.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess technically watching the video, that you can watch a video too. Okay, well, you know what? She's clarifying it here, so I'll take this as what she's meaning by that.
Okay.
That's how it went.
What?
He was never there.
How many guys did you fuck?
3.
On film?
Yes.
How many times did you fuck those 3 guys?
1, and twice.
What the fuck?
I have the fucking videos still.
I was gonna ask, why would you keep a video of you essentially being raped? But the common answer, the correct answer, the only real answer is gonna be for evidence. So I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna drop it.
I haven't deleted them. I don't know why. They're in like a...
Never mind. Never mind. Damn it, Lynx, I'm helping you out here. Just from this point forward.
She's not claiming she was being raped by them. Like, she's trying to satisfy her partner by having sexual experiences with them. So,
but
like,
it's still a forceful thing. She's being forced into it.
It would be a case against bail, not for them.
Right. But it would be evidence to support the fact that this is something he had me do that I didn't want to do.
Right.
So that's what I was saying, that it would be more evidence against him. So, I mean, I guess technically you would have to like, I guess I'm trying to think here. There's no real way, if you're watching the video, unless there's like a video of her face, like the portion of her face that you can see and the discomfort in her face, like that, it's way too gray, and we're not about to fucking do a legitimate, rape review on that shit. It's just from this point forward, Link, say you have it for evidence. Don't say you don't know why you have it. Just you have it for evidence. That is your golden ticket right there.
Folder on my phone, just sitting there. No, you cannot see them.
Wait. When did he ask?
Like that?
Hold up.
I haven't deleted them. I don't know why. They're in like a secret folder on my phone, just sitting there. No, you cannot see them.
Show me.
He didn't ask. And
he
then
might have been using. He might have been reference. He might have been making a physical gesture, or like
he could have been. But then I would have imagined.
Like, can I?
But
see?
you would have thought that she would edit that part, like just black out her screen and edit his part in. But then he did just say, "Let me see."
I was trying to listen for like a cut in the.
But there was too much
noise.
dead air.
Yeah, but there's not enough. Like the noise doesn't cut either.
Hold on.
So
yeah, she has the
videos.
Because you can hear a hum going on from her.
Yeah. I haven't deleted them.
I don't know
why. They're in like a secret folder on my phone, just sitting there. No, you cannot see them.
Yeah, there's no cut there. Hum. It's a solid hum, yeah. So if he gestured it, I don't know why you wouldn't put that in the video.
I don't either.
Unless she wasn't... Unless she wasn't recording the VC, like the cameras at this point,
Yeah,
just
the
the
camera might have been
audio.
face down or like something like that.
Yeah.
Show me.
Okay. I'm going to let this play, and then we're going to give our thoughts.
Okay.
How did I know you were going to...
Okay, so she preemptively said... She preemptively said you can't... Yeah, okay.
I'm so fascinated about this aspect of this shit that I didn't know about you when I knew you, that this was happening.
Would it have enticed you more?
No. It's kind of gross, but I still want to see it.
Oh my god.
So I'm slightly conflicted here. On one hand, you know she didn't want it. She didn't want to sleep with these people, that she begrudgingly did it in order to make him happy. You know, morals dictate you're not going to ask for that.
Mm-hmm.
But on the opposite hand, she sends it to him, obviously, because she said 1 second. So, and even when she, hold on.
About this aspect of this.
No, you cannot. How did I know you were going to...
I'm so fascinated about this aspect of this shit that I didn't know about you when I knew you, that this was happening.
Would it have enticed you more?
No. It's kind of gross, but I still want to see it.
1 second.
No, I could say
Are
that
we
by
sure that that 1 second is like to reference like that she's getting the video?
Well, why else would you say 1 second after someone says I want to see it?
Maybe
You
she
would
got a DM or something.
True.
I don't know. I'm just.
Hold on.
Oh god. Let me make sure the sound is not on.
See,
Oh.
she is sending it.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's. I don't get that.
I don't either. That's why I'm conflicted here. On one hand,
that is the biggest like why. Like I understand you were drunk before, but you aren't drunk now. I'll be honest, you aren't drunk anymore.
On one hand, he's wrong for asking. Obviously,
yes,
you can sum it up to morbid curiosity. It's one of the reasons why freaking like cartel and freaking beheading videos and shit like that was so popular in the 2010s and shit. But here, it's like. It's not a video of her and Bale together, which would essentially be looking at like rape porn or just a video, not even rape porn, just rape. It's her begrudgingly sleeping with somebody else to make her partner happy.
Right.
So is that context? I mean, it's wrong of him to ask, and it was stupid for her to share.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a wrong on both parts. There isn't,
because she could have just sit here and been like, "Look, this was a real bad part for me. Like, I really don't want to share this."
Right.
I
mean, I suppose if she separates herself from the reason why she's doing it, and she looks at the surface level of like, oh, it was still, I guess, a good time. Maybe it's not.
But she did say she enjoyed the sex with them more than with him. She just didn't orgasm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want like it. Maybe if like if she's trying to like reflect and think about as a surface level rather than a begrudgingly aspect of it.
She could also be trying to reclaim herself by disassociating from it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, this is one of those things where we'd have to refer to people to, if you have more questions about this, you should probably just ask Links, because we don't know why she
Yeah.
shared it. We also don't know why Keemstar would ask for it, other than maybe morbid curiosity, and he's a gooner. Both were wrong.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say she's wrong, but like
it's just dumb. It was dumb
she
to
is,
share it. You
yeah,
shouldn't like.
yeah.
He was
Don't
wrong for
if
asking.
it's something if it's something you're gonna refer to as like a bad experience or a bad
Mm-hmm.
part of like your past relationship, you probably shouldn't share it. Now, it's one thing if you went out, you got with another guy, you recorded that, and then you want to share your stuff. That's a whole other thing. But to in the same call refer to as what you did as something you did begrudgingly, you didn't want to do it, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then share the same videos. Yeah, no, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Doesn't track on
I think
the mentality you're trying to put us in.
the most charitable I can be for Lynx's direction is the fact that previously that we've already covered in this video is her stating the reason why she like got naked on cam is for her to beg her way back into the LCU.
Mm-hmm.
And he turns around and says, no, there's no way you did that. I don't believe that, et cetera, et cetera. She could still be under the impression. Well, I don't know why she would still be under the impression, but in her mind, she might just be trying to do anything in order to get back in and please him in any certain way. But if that's the case, you can't put that on Keem. That's like if you're with if you're with your significant other, right? And you tell them like, no, all I want you to do is just do the dishes, and then I'll, then I'm gonna be happy. And it's like, oh well, let me suck your dick. It's like, no, that's not what I want. I just want you to do the dishes. It's like, well, I can take out the trash. Okay, that's cool, but I just want you to do like. I'm sticking with what I said. He's wrong for asking, and it was dumb for her to share. Like, there's no other way unless I have an actual conversation with Lynx about this and get really into her mindset as to why she would share. I mean, it's not like I'm just going to accept anything she says. I would ask questions and converse about this, but I personally couldn't think about sharing evidence of a 5-year time span that I was withering myself away so that way I would no longer be abused, and willfully just sharing a portion of that with somebody who's already told me there's no way back into their world. Like,
and listen, Links, if you listen to this and you want to give us just like a surface level response of like why you thought it was okay to do that, or like, you don't have to get into the weeds, you don't have to leave a paragraph. Just like, oh, I thought about this. We'll pin it at the top, and we'll add a little thing in the description about like she responded to this specific part, because this was probably like, there's a lot of people that are gonna be like really confused about this. So if you do respond, we'll pin it to the top of our comments. So that way people can see what your thoughts were on this, at least.
Yeah, and the whole reason why I gave that charitability is because I know there's a bunch of people who are saying, "Oh, she's only doing this because she wants back in the LCU," but the ironclad retort to that is he's already stated that being sexual with me isn't going to get you back in the LCU. Like, he's already he shut that down. He already said that. So it's a major it's not a moral gray area, that's for sure, but it's a major gray area in the sense of discussion and debate. So just put your thoughts in the comments below.
And that's why we're doing this video, is because like the surface level version of this that we got from her initial stream paints a really bad picture. The way she cuts it, I don't know if she did intentionally, maybe she did, but the way it's cut and the way, and we're getting the the cliff notes, it implies that there was more happening.
There's a quick pro quo.
There was, yeah. But when you're listening to the full context, we're getting this little in-depth detail about, apparently we're sharing sex videos, or sex tapes, if you will, that we admitted previously in the same call that were taken begrudgingly or done begrudgingly. So we have to I'm kind of losing my point here.
We have to just be courteous. We have to basically say like, look, we don't know one way or the other, and we're not going to be so far. We're open-minded, but not to the point where our brain falls out. Okay, we're also not going to be so.
In her response, her response may be as simple as "I was drunk," and that may be the only response we get. I couldn't even begin to fathom if I had a sex tape why I would release it to somebody like Keemstar. I don't know.
And just to wrap this portion up, we're not going to immediately go against Keem on this one, like so hardcore and be like, you're an immoral piece of shit or anything like that. We're also not going to go to the same degree against Lynx and say, well, you said you enjoyed it. You enjoyed it more than sleeping with Bale. So obviously it wasn't a problem. Like,
we don't get it. We're just kind of confused on this one. This one out of everything that's been said at this point has made us scratch our heads the most.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no way you can be truly innocent in this scenario.
I'm not.
You're filming it?
I'm not innocent, but like I just felt like I didn't really have a choice.
Okay, that kind of answers it. Like,
but that's
not why they showed it, but like they're recording it.
Yeah, the recording. Yeah. Well, she already stated that if she didn't sleep with these people, that he would physically harm her. Now, I do know that she said earlier that if he didn't sleep with her at least 2 to 3 times a day, he'd punch her in the face. But there was, I guess I can't say that, you know, she streamed on days they didn't sleep together because I have no clue. But
you have no idea how long they last.
Yeah, so I've never seen her, again, like I've said in the past, I've never seen her stream with any markings on her face, but at the same time, makeup is a hell of a thing. So I don't know the dynamic here. I really don't. She says she has videos of him hitting her and all that. I don't know if it was released in her stream. I haven't watched it, so I'm not making any assertion to that, but yeah.
Bro, you're lying.
Are you sure you want to see it? Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, I do want to see you get railed. I fucking hate you, remember? I want to see you get hate fucked. I'm just being honest, bro.
And see, now she's laughing about it.
There's a few videos. What is going on with my phone?
Also not a hate fuck.
Yeah.
I'm about to show you it and it's acting up. It's scared. Just like me.
It's scared just like me. It's an odd thing to... That's what she said. Because she said, it knows I'm going to show you a video. It knows I'm going to share this video with you, and it's acting up. It's scared just like me. In reference to the video, like apparently her phone is acting up. Well, it's like, what? It's scared just like me is such an odd thing to just say. Like, are you scared in this current situation? Are you scared of sharing it? Are you scared of like...
Oh, maybe was it your end or my end? Boo. Can you hear me? What the fuck?
Sounds like Discord's acting up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. That was weird. Why is Discord shutting out?
Sounds like we're just hearing Discord issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you this episode would fly by. Because we're not even at the... Because he gets half the comments they make, or the ones that are like famous or the viral ones, are after, you know, technical issues. So we're getting to that point.
I can see myself.
There we go.
Did that work? I can see myself.
Damn, Discord really did cuck their content. That sucks.
So this is the part of the DMs where they're like, why is Discord fucking up? All of that shit. I'm gonna like 3 times this shit just because. Or 2 times.
Is it back up? Oh my god.
Nope.
What the fuck?
I can't believe she left all this in.
Yeah. Especially with the fact that she cut out about 40 minutes.
Yeah. God damn, 40 minutes of what?
Yeah. Because someone made the comment, like, I thought you said this was 4 hours long, right? 3 hour, 13-minute video. Yeah. And she said, like, I had to cut parts out. And it's like 47 minutes of what?
You could have got like you could have got at least another 20 out of this.
Yep. I like you.
Oh, there we go.
Looks like they went to the phone. Definitely could have cut all that out.
Yep. I liked you way.
It's coming in like the back of my headset, so it sounds like they're on.
It's really strange.
I think it's because they went to Twitter. Because remember, they went and called on Twitter, and in the DMs they said, "Call me on Twitter."
Much like I really, really liked you, like friend level and like teetering past friendship. Like I was like, she is the girl. I can mold her into being like a superstar. And then you betrayed me, and I was like, but I given her like everything. Like I gave her my assistant. I told her she's Keemstar number 2. Like I've given her the keys.
Just for a second. You guys are not hearing an edited version. Well, I guess this is
somewhat
edited. I don't have any idea how we went from talking about, hey, I have a video of me getting railed, and I might send it to you, to 20, like 10 at most minute break, and then now we're like talking about their friendship. Like that is not our editing. That is her editing. That is him suddenly on a tangent about the topic we thought was going to stay on the same thing. It is not. It's veered off completely.
Yeah.
The VP of the fucking company. Like I've given her everything.
So this was a clip I think that she put out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's still betraying me, and I can't trust her, and it hurt. Like when I banned you and I had to kick you from the community, it hurt me.
It hurt.
But I had to.
Yep.
I just know better. I'm too old. I got too much knowledge of like the shit and how things go wrong. You know what I mean? Like it truly pained me to kick you out. And that's the honest to God truth since we're opening up.
When you say that I betrayed you, in what sense? Because right before I got banned, I had said that I know that Becky was faking the essay, and then I got banned.
Feels like this is from earlier.
That wasn't it.
It does. Didn't they go over this?
That had no part.
Is this a repeat?
Like, as you're mentioning this now, I'm like barely even remembering it. It was literally just you going and telling people that Becky had shit on me. That was the main thing. I was like, dude, I can't have my second in charge like telling people that there's like some like fucking exposed type video on me, because even if there was, I'd be like, let's play it. Let's see what it is. Like, I don't like living with like dirt over my head. Like if this conversation ever got fucking leaked or whatever, I would feel so betrayed by you and probably never speak to you again. Right. But I'd be like, it's true. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, you know, what is the consequences to that? You know?
Yeah.
There is none.
Well, there's none when you're Keemstar.
Well, there's none when you're you either, right? Like, you ran off, you got exiled from the company or the community or whatever in the company, but like, you still have your fucking gooners or whatever, right? You still have your people that like fuck with you, right? That like literally left the LCU because they're loyal to you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, did that piss you off when I stole one of your $2,000 a month members because they didn't like the rule that you made? Did that piss you off?
It didn't piss me off. If I'm being totally honest, I was proud of you.
This sounds like it is like
I am shocked that I've maintained the community that I have despite the incident that occurred. I thought it was over for me the second you made that rule. I thought it was over, and
I make moves that like make me seem like I'm like insecure and whatever, and like, oh my god, this person's trying to steal stuff. But really, I'm pretty confident. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it comes across insecure, but like, I'm truly confident in like what I'm doing, right? Like, I have a clear vision. You know, I've been doing this for such a long time where like I know like if I go live and I'm performing in front of a live audience or whatever, like I'm gonna win, you know. I don't know how to say this without being cocky. But like,
he's never had a problem with that before, but like, come on.
Like, I do moves that come across like I'm a bitch, like, and like today, like I put out a post on Reddit and I said something along the lines of like, look, dude, if you're making posts that you fucking hate the people that donate to the show and you're picking on them, or you personally hate the show, then I'm just gonna ban you. Like, I don't give a flying fuck, right? Like, yeah. And that comes across as like I'm a sensitive little bitch, but I'm like, I have to make this move, otherwise like I'm just gonna have a toxic Reddit. Like, the same thing with like the Discord. Like, you have to be so strict just to protect the community to make it strong. And you know, I'm constantly getting criticized by like banning like a person here and there, but like now my community is so fucking strong and it's so good.
Well, you also take away all the people giving pushback and criticism. Like, that's the thing. That's what people are upset about, is like, you're creating an echo chamber. Now, do some people go well over? Absolutely. But at the same time, criticizing and attacking are two very completely different things.
Like, all the bad apples are gone. And I hate to say it, but like, you were truly one of the bad apples.
That's fair.
You know?
Like I said, all I can do is explain why and what my thought process was.
Damn, I started this with some riz, and now you've turned it into all business, you fucker.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, bitch. Okay,
so this is new.
I like your beard. That's all I get.
I was literally continuing. I said I like a man in power. I like that you get shit done.
Well, that destroys your power dynamic argument.
Yeah.
You like a man in power.
Kind of just obliterated that whole idea.
Yeah.
I like a man in power. Well,
you went after a man in power. You enjoyed that man in power. You enjoyed that man's power. You enjoyed him coming down from his ivory tower and plucking you out of the thousands and thousands and giving you the time of day, as you said.
You enjoyed that Keem cock. Well,
the Keem Riz. Oh my god. And that also does go to destroy Keemstar when he's like, oh, you think I actually was doing that for Riz? You literally just said I started this call with Riz. So
it is very attractive that we both kind of have the same vindictive drive, where like we're just kind of go. I understand your brain more than you think, and I think that's really, really enticing.
you know that I like truly can see through you.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
You're so transparent to me, but you're not transparent to anyone else. Like no one else sees you. No one.
That's pretty.
You see this one coming, Keem? Oh my gosh. Okay, so now they're just gooning over each other.
Boogie. Not Boogie, not Wings, not fucking any of these other fucking hosts, not any of the people in Discord. Like, nobody can see you. I can, bitch, I could see you like day one.
I know, I mean, I like the cockiness to an extent. It's hot to an extent. And then sometimes it's just outright ridiculous.
Agreed. Minus the hot part. Was that
right there? Was that the ridiculous moment?
Yeah.
How so? What am I not seeing in you? How am I wrong?
I don't think you saw how hard I was trying.
No, I did.
Then why take it for granted?
That's who he is.
There was a way for you to exile me from the community, but still keep me useful behind the scenes. And it still would have benefited both of us. It just would have been a secret.
He tried that. He tried making you the vice president and be on any shows.
No, I get.
And you still
put her in the background.
I'm not saying that you like. I'm not criticizing you for that, but like he did try that whole like. Let's get you off shows. Let's get you behind the scenes. Let's get you like out of the spotlight. Like,
but she is referring to her not being a part of it anymore, but still being able to like, hey, I'm gonna make this video so you can use this as content, and then I'll use that as content. Basically, another script writing.
Like we could execute something like that, but also no. Like I seen your work and I seen how much you wanted this, but I also saw that like I would not be able to control you. So the tool that you are, right? Like let's strip away everything, like humanity, everything. Let's just look at this as like, business, right? The tool that you are couldn't be utilized in the way I needed it to be because you are so, AWOL. You're so on your own path and you're so distracted. Like you got ADHD like me and you get distracted by a fucking,
Well, at least he admits he doesn't work with people he can't control. I mean,
it's true. Like
it's like it's so face value. Yeah, it's so face value there.
Guitar talking shit about you. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't get you to focus on like, bro, we're building an empire, right? And when you betray me, it was like it hurt, and I had to let you go, and that also hurt. And if we're just going to be, if this is like 100% private conversation, I'll give it to you real. I fucking miss you. I truly miss you. And I know you miss me.
I miss you a lot.
And that's just a fact.
Yeah, I think about it all the time.
I don't know how to fix this. And I think the boyfriend being gone is a great step forward.
100%.
I think there's less fucking controlling factors in your fucking life and whatnot. And, also, I don't think things will ever be professional between me and you because I think it was never professional. You know what I mean? Like, I think you are truly my friend.
Yeah.
And I think you've always been my friend. Even as we were fighting, you were still my friend. When I jumped into your Discord, your live stream on YouTube, and I was checking in on you, I was truly just checking in on you. And I could see on your face that you were so happy I was checking in on you. And that feeling that you had of like warm or whatever the fuck, I was having too. We were having the same fucking feeling.
Okay. Definitely not a whole lot to say on this, but for all of those of you who want to just hate on Keem and everything, I know you're going to turn around and be like, oh, he's just lying, he's just manipulating. But dude, if we're going to give her face value, we got to give him face value too. He's being genuine here as far as he's saying.
Yeah.
And he saw her as a friend. Everyone knows if you've ever been backstabbed by a friend that you consider close, it's a painful feeling. So, like, I don't really have a whole lot to say on this part. I mean, I guess you could be like, gay or whatever, but, like, it really sounds like it's just another, like, a heart-to-heart.
It does.
Like, we're, like, I don't want to be gay or anything, but, like...
I swear on another screen you're watching the transcript and you're picking where to pause and start.
Yeah.
meant to, like, be together in some aspect, right?
The fact that she left this in, it, like, humanizes him.
It does.
So it's an odd choice to put this here.
Fuck. I've opened up way too much. Talk about my beard and how much you like my beard again. Right now. Do it now.
Your beard is so hot, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, everything about you is
Are you there?
hot. I'm here. Can you not hear me?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kmplxity. We had some technical difficulties while doing this recording, and when we finally sat down to record the remaining portion of this call, it ran kind of long, and we didn't want to put out a 3-hour-long video for you guys, so we're going to be breaking it up into the next part. So the next video we drop on this is actually going to be the last video on this call entirely. Hope you guys have enjoyed the coverage up to this point. If you do, hit that like and subscribe button.